We got a video coming out of Mexico of an apparent cave giant. Let's break it down. Woo-hoo! Happy Thursday, Enigmites. We got a video coming out of Mexico of what looks like an apparent cave giant, or a really large man living in a cave. So let's run the video and dig into this. Alright, you can see a guy standing there with no shirt on. He just hit his head trying to back into the cave. He looks naked, actually. Okay. That is actually pretty far away, and that is a very large entrance into the side of that mountain, that hill right there. So well, all right. Well, I haven't seen a giant video in a while, people posting on there, but the theory that I've heard a lot going around on the usual, circuits is that the Nephilim are waking up. I've seen some stuff coming out of Brazil that's fairly convincing of something very large. There's also the story of the Kandahar giant. I don't know if you've ever heard of that as well. It was in Afghanistan, I think. They killed a cave. It's rumored to have killed a cave giant over there. But that had red hair, supposedly 6 fingers, 6 toes, more along the lines of the type of giant lore that you get from the North Americans. But this is actually a pretty decent video, in my opinion, of some good footage there. So let's run it back one more time with the volume turned down, and then we can just take a look and stop it along the way. He is peeking out, and you can't rule out that that is somebody that's actually living in a cave. You can't rule that out. But he's not wearing a shirt. He's filling up the whole entrance, and when you see him back into the cave, he actually hits his head. So he's big right there. Did you see it? He just banged his head. I paused it. So, okay. And as he goes back in, he turns, and it actually looks like from the side right here, he looks naked, but can't really tell. Another thing too, stop using iPhones. Their cameras are the worst. You should use Samsungs or something like that as well. It's just blurry, but you can't really get a judge of the distance of it until they start backing away. They are far off. That is pretty far. Something must have caught in their peripheral where they saw some movement. You can also see to the right of that, there seems to be another entrance into the side of that mountain. But if you can tell by the distance alone that cave, that is big. That entrance is big. So whatever that is either one large human living in a cave, or they say it's a giant. Let's keep going here. There it is again. He fills up the whole thing. He's backing in. Yeah. Either way, it's strange. Most people don't live in caves, and you definitely wouldn't be in a cave and be naked. Well, you never know. This guy could be homeless. I don't know, but that is a large something. That's a large man, or a large, we'll call it a humanoid type figure that's in that cave right there. That is very, very, very large. He takes the whole cave up. The whole entrance of it anyways. So yeah, I don't really know what to think on that. I do know that it's 2024 and everything is weird and popping off right now, and this is actually not the weirdest thing I've seen this week, believe it or not. Also, thank you for the people who sent me this clip. I will send you a t-shirt. Check your emails. And yeah, that is definitely odd. I'll give it that. But you can't rule it out that it's just a big dude living in a cave, but without having a frame of reference on how far away that cave is. That looks to be about at least 500 yards at least, maybe more away. Could be up to 700. You couldn't tell, man, so I couldn't really get a good judge from the camera angle that they were using, and it's still a little blurry as well. And also too, I would expect that a cave dwelling giant would be whiter, lack of sunshine. That dude's pretty tan. And one thing that gives me some pause on this as well is that looking at his head, it doesn't look like he has a full set of hair. It almost looks like, I don't know, I can make out horns, like little horns or something on the side of it. But I'm also reading the Book of Giants and the Book of Enoch, talking about how the Watchers came down and they did all these animal-human hybrid experiments on these animals and created hybrids. But there is a lot of people in the community that are speculating that the Nephilim are returning, or more likely, the ones that survived the flood and went into some type of hibernation. They're just waking up, right? So it could be, yeah, I don't want to put a label on it, but let's just call it strange, all right? Let's call it odd. Let's call it, that's not something I've ever seen before. I've never seen somebody living in a cave. Definitely not a cave of that size or that big. But I do know that around, especially in the Appalachians, the caves are all connected. If you go down far enough, they're pitch black dark, but they are connected. So I do believe in cave dwellers, but I also believe in feral people as well, right? So you can't rule that out. So either way, Enigmites, let me know your comments in below. Let me know, what do you think? Just a large man living in a cave, or is that a giant? See you next time. We're out.
Subscribe now and turn on the notifications to join us on this extraordinary journey into the unknown.